This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the of the official Christian Church of Christ or Iglesia.
Underestimate
the power
of a single
Convert.
it could change your whole life.
you, child. Conversations that matter.
What are you really looking for? That's what we will be talking about with us here on the US side. And for those who are probably having their lunch there in the Philippines, thanks for tuning in with us. Relationship, but maybe Melvi and EJ, some things that you are thinking about on potential
Not
suitor.
really looking either right now at the moment. I mean, if you ask me, I do have like categories that I look for, you know.
Category standards. What about you, Melvi? Some stuff come to mind for you?
Yes, a lot of this. We'll see if my list.
Yeah, it's so interesting to hear like the guy's perspective. YouTube, please feel to share your thoughts, your rankings on some of the stuff that we have. So we're basically to rank it from 5, 1 and 5, very important. And conflict and stress mismanagement. So this is who they are on in difficult situations. 5, how important is
5.
ooh, deal breaker? Oh, is that from past experience?
But no, I mean, like conflict management, especially know how I like conflict, and for me, like number of priorities to kind of like right away, right? Yeah, experience. I don't like kind of like the like what the problem like really is. So I would say some able to kind of we're both feeling like emotional, you know, like it's kind of like let's stop here. Okay, like what's I'll tell you what's upsetting me about this, you know, like being able to kind of like take us and like kind of like figure out
Got it.
important like 5. I'll give that a 5.
Okay. What about you, Melvi? 5 on your list.
It's important to abilities, and the good thing about it is it's if we're not good at it, so we can always give it out to people, and nobody's perfect. So it is important. A lot of things, especially chronic stress. It's not we're all for our health and well-being, but it's not on top of my list. You know, with in life.
I forget
But
to add
I'm
this.
gonna rate it. I agree with EJ because there's just more important than that. But that's also necessarily mean it's not important.
Forget to say it is a part of it where I will say it's so very kind of like so very important for like when you mentioned like how they are under pressure or under stress, you know, like a situation like and like say I'm driving with someone and you know like if I'm my passenger is freaking out too. With them. Freaking out. I'm also kind of freaking out myself. Or it's like, okay, because I'm also kind of like
Not
getting used now.
you,
So
you get
yeah, like it's still for that reason because if who I'm with is panicking, it also makes me jump. So,
interesting. Okay. Um, physical attractiveness. 5. Sucks.
okay, no,
You're laughing, Mel.
Well, it's the first thing we see, though. You can't help
Mhm.
it. It's the first time meeting. And so attractiveness, there's no connection or spark, right? So when you,
Mhm.
however, even if they cannot communicate with me, that's another direction. So they have. I love to conversate. I used to be very shy, but in order for us to get to know, to be able to get to know the conversations, having good conversations with
Mhm.
humor.
Yeah, I'm,
So what is it? 2.
We're gonna do 1 to 10. I'll be in the middle because you gotta have you have to have the personality, and I think we're gonna get personality. Yeah, I'll put it in the middle.
with agree, but okay, physical attractiveness. It's like it's in how they take care of their. If you can never function with like one, like just kind of like in the house, right? Like when if it's like a semi casual, just dress like more casual, right? I mean, I would say it's like with Melby in the sense too that it's like it's what catches your attention, right? To like as you get to know them better, like it affects like whether you them like attract. See, I don't want to like get ahead of like the other categories because I know they're
Mm.
talking, but like
It's
those other categories, like
yeah.
more, So
Well, then I'll
same
say
kind
because
of anime.
my friend and they'd be like, well, when you're in a fight with somebody, and ugh, okay, you're
I can see the argument. I can see the
like
argument.
Oh no, the look of
yeah,
the shadow, the anchor, and you forget all. You know what? You have a good.
yes.
Your friend has a point. It does matter.
The logic is sound. The logic is sound.
So
I deny it. I think to ourselves. We
yeah.
all
Mm.
have preferences. We all have our expectations in people, and when we do, they
Mhm.
attract us. That's just human.
Yeah.
So
Just had to insert that. Just like yeah,
really
you're in
like
an
that.
argument. Yeah. What about love language? Affection. How important?
Mm. Like in this
First, like, do you know your love language? Stuff that you know that you're good at, that your preferences are.
like I would say for me it's like quality time. I notice like not even just in relationships, like even with friends. One, it's like I like spending time with them. Where we're hanging out whatever. It's like if I'm a person with this group, like I'm good, you know. So yeah, like I would put that in two, honestly. Too important to have like a similar love language with someone, as long as they're communicated with me that this is like, you know, this is how I like to receive and to. So for me, it's like, you know,
Thoughts for you?
Everything for me is important, but I'm not going to categorize it according to which is the best one. Everything that we want, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
true.
it was preferences and every different. You know, somebody might right for women, it's maybe or the looks or everything else. Now, when it comes to my love language is service, and as long as you know that the person has a good character, I'm all for it. I give that person a chance because what it's not just the physical person or a friendship that blossoms into a relationship. It have definitely the connection and communication. They're open about how they are, their values, and what they like. It's easier to just have that bond, and you end up having and get further in the relationship instead of when there's a silence or you can't even connect anymore. Then it's just one and done.
Yeah.
What's important is once you also do your best to reach out and be yourself, and at the same time, you give themselves up.
Mhm.
Mm.
Definitely. This next one I feel like could go depend on this relationship is with your friends, but how they get along with you. Thoughts? Is that like a deal breaker?
it's like a
Like, is it
four.
odd?
Yeah. I can't get along with my friends. It's gonna make it like difficult to be around them and then kind of like be around my friends. Easy if like you're able to be around both. Having to like schedule it like separately. I mean, if relationship, of course, like have like who you're in a relationship with, you know, but
Mhm.
can like able to be with friends and that being okay with friends as well, to be around your friends as well. It's like, you know, that they get along with my friend. What if it's like only day off, you know? Like I want to hang out with like everyone.
Depends on
Okay, yeah, yeah. You like I don't want to. Okay, you're from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and
I mean,
so,
there's some people in our lives that they're different. I guess that's kind of why I want like getting along. It's not that they be around each other, but like different interests,
mm,
personalities, and sometimes it just doesn't like the chemistry is just not there, and I think that's okay. I,
oh,
yeah, I feel like whether or not my if, like if my future around all of my friends, like that's not a breaker for me. Just because it's
Mhm.
like, oh, these are and like there, it's and I think it's okay to have you know different friends have to
Yeah.
all belong together.
That kind of knocks it down to
That's up to you. It is because I think that's
yeah, I get like your friends.
yeah, I
But
think that's different.
if it's just like they just feel awkward, yeah, that's fine because like getting them might not feel awkward around their friends. So
Yeah, I think there's a difference between closeness to have like a really close relationship and like just being
yeah.
nice. Like that's fine. I don't know about you, Melvie. Like I don't know.
It's important that they get along, but just as you've mentioned, I only what you said, mentioned, but I realize that and, and say we get married, the minute we choose our spouses, the minute we have that, sometimes there will be times that our friends may not accept that. But the thing is, we made that choice, and our friends also be flexible when it comes to lives. Because let's say the four of us, we all get married. At some point, we have to learn whether they like each other or not, whether like the person that we chose. And as friends, you also need to, because that stand relationship, the friendship has to respect that. And like what you said, they'll meddle in all the affairs of the married couple, or for us, for example. So we have to establish that fine care for our friends, but at the same time, this is our life now. Now, before that, of course, union can matter, but at the end of the day, the rest of our lives with, right? I mean, we can embrace their opinion, also respect theirs, for example, but it ultimately the choice is in our hands. And same thing goes for them. I've been in as they're in the group, and all of them are already married. And I tell them, I'm happy for you as long as you're happy. And I do my best to get spouses. It makes them happy because they know that whatever it is that they have in life now, whatever it is that they decide to do with it, they need someone to give an advice unless they ask me, they want from me. I just give them that space. I moral adults, and you know your spouse, that maybe the problem is with me, and I'll tell them, well, what's the situation? How did what? Then I would put my 2 cents to it. But this is your life now, and then for you guys to be happy. Sorry.
Stuff like that's about dynamics. Definitely things to consider when you get where those lines are that you were talking about, and being able to communicate that for you know. Um, and I I've I've seen it before in terms of it, some people, but I'm not really I'm not really sure. Um, well, I'll listen to it, but future alignment, future alignment. So plans future where they want to live. Um, I know a deal breaker a lot of the time for some people kind of work through. So, for example, like whether or not they want to have kids, or uh, like schooling, like career style that they want to have. Like, do you want to be traveling all the time? Are you more a home? How is future alignment for you guys?
My first, and I feel like maybe only one was like it's not for me. Like I think about it in terms of like, live and all that. Like it matters so little, as little compared to like what future if I do end up marrying someone. Like that's like for me, like where and like all of those other things. Like oh, okay, I'm like okay, I feel like there's cut off for me, but like I want to live in terms of like what their career is. Like a one, where it's like it's not too important for where I'm like okay, this is a deal. You want to live? You want to live in the Philippines? No, it's like it's like it's not. Sorry about the jokes, right?
Something you do?
Yes, it is. It is. You can't avoid conflicts. And at times, I have relationships, whether if it's acquaintances or friends, where one is getting more and more achievements and getting more promotions, and the other one is, it so happens the person wants now to move because or their profession because there's no it'll work out. And so it's important because you need to have that open for both of you to have. And when it comes to relationships, it takes two to tango. You can't leave one behind. You start looking back and even extending your hands, basically just whatever, giving that whatever he or she will keep up or he or she will understand, you need to feel. And in order to make it work, I'm a believer in accounts to how we convey the message clearly. You have the patience, you have the understanding, you have the compassion. Because in order to make the relationship work, you have to, even if it's difficult, even if it's a conversation, otherwise you're going to be stuck, and that's when it gets harder because then if you're suppressing yourself, your emotions, and it work, but then you don't want to be afraid of hurting the person, then it's more that way. So yes, it's important. So that way when you're aligned, you're together, you're not parallel, right? You're hands and saying, we got this, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, last one really quickly before our show ends. I'm gonna mention instead of ranking 1 to 5, a specific is really important to you and then not so important.
someone who can keep accountability of like if they make a mistake, admit it. Someone who like it's where small mistakes if I keep account, someone to keep in check and like someone who knows how to keep themselves in check. I too. I am not perfect. Sometimes I know that for me sometimes I get this tunnel vision of like like trying to but someone who like kind of like like someone who's to me and also like acknowledging that, one personality trait that for me is like important.
What about you, Melvi?
Source of person the most important is empathy, because one person is able to put himself or herself in someone and can understand and be patient with that and acknowledge we all make mistakes, we're not perfect. Then that for me is so person. You won't hesitate to have second. You open your mouth. They're that then they would definitely say, I will work it out. So is ishness.
Yeah. It's something, yeah. It's work through if you count. Mine personally is I think kindness is something that's like really underrated. But I mean like genuine kindness, like a bad moment or when there's like conflict trying to you like through the conflict. I have a friend like that where we at Wits but we able to still speak. There's like no insult about things that are kind of said, because like sometimes when you're upset or you get into a heated moment, you might get emotional. I've gotten very good at just knowing how to shift it to vulnerable and be versus oh well, but you don't care. I'm like, like yeah, when you just start to escalate it, where to do that, just being kind in any circumstance, I think is really um, future relationships, but all kinds of relationships. I really appreciate kindness. So, and benefit from our discussion. I see that Trina's from the live chat. I know she wants to say something real quick. Or she's good. You know
Something. I'm saying something right now. Pretty good
Go for it,
in the
Go for
broadcast.
it.
do it part two. Yeah, please join us for part two. We're here, but thank you to everyone who's in the live chat too. You can hear it now. Sorry, everyone, if it's been difficulties, but hopefully you get it. But thanks for joining. This has been INCradio, where we have we are finding. Take care, everyone. Have a good. Bye now.
Have a good weekend. See you next week.
friend. Ako nag-host ako ng event.
Uy, grabe naman,
Ang
best
pretty
friend.
ko, no?
Ang dating natin dyan.
Ganda kasi kapag mga nasa event
Ay. Oh. Ang formado si
Oh.
Saan ang handa?
Handa na akong mahalin siya.
Ano ba na?
Meron, best friend.
Ganda na. Yan na ang ating mga best friends. Abangan ninyo sa susunod nating Business Week!